I know it sounds ridiculous, but let me explain. And I think it's not a very nice metaphor, but I'm going to explain. This is very, very difficult, especially for me. It's been very difficult. You know, as kids, there would be people who would like show six like this, and then there would be kids who would show six like this. I think I was like this. Anyway. Hello everyone, my name is Suprabha Vasish, and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about 7 tips or 7 tricks to sustain a relationship. Now, conflict management is a very big part of sustaining a relationship, so I will definitely touch upon that. But before that, a couple of questions. Why 7 tips and why do I get to talk about it? 7 because I truly believe 7 is quite a handful, and if a relationship is not sustaining in spite of 7 tips, then I'm sorry, but I don't think you should continue to stay in that relationship. Why me? Quick story, I've been dating one guy since I was 16. We actually met when I was 15. We started dating when I was 16. We got married when, by the time I was almost end of 25, almost 26, and we've been married for a couple of years now. So, besides revealing my age, I hope I've convinced you that I know something about sustaining a relationship. So let's get started. Okay, so the first trick is to watch a TV show in the middle of a fight. I know it sounds ridiculous, but let me explain. So in every fight, there are 2 types of people. There is one who wants to speak out, discuss everything that went wrong and solve it and then get done with it. And then there's always the other one who wants to just sleep on it and let's never talk about it. It's going to be fine, but just give me some time, etc. Right? If you are the former who wants to discuss and close out the chapter, then unfortunately this step is for you, because somewhere over all these years, I believe it's better to just sleep it off in most cases. But I know how hard it is at that moment to give up the topic and just move on. So I've come up with this amazing solution of watching TV shows. When your spouse doesn't want to talk about the fight anymore, but you really want to, so you need a bad distraction. Now again, here there is science. If the fight is, a little bit lighter, not a big deal, etc., then I usually watch like 20-minute episodes, whether it's like Friends, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Modern Family, etc. It's a big fight where I know that we need some time off each other, and only then will things calm down. I watch longer shows like maybe Suits or Castle, that last 40 minutes, etc. And in 90% of the cases where I've implemented this method, it's worked. By the time I finish an episode and get back, the other person is quite calm and almost forgotten about what happened, and we really can move on very easily. It's a hard step, but it's worth it. So that is my very random step number 1. Please do implement it. Really works. The second trick is so whenever you want to communicate something sensitive to your partner, where he or she is going to get a little annoyed or irritated with whatever you're trying to say, start the sentence with, I know you're gonna get mad, but whatever it is that you want to say. This works like wonders. It can lead to one of the 2 results. Either A, your partner will feel really overwhelmed that you put in the effort to understand that this sentence might upset your partner, but you still feel like you have to communicate it, so that might make them feel awe about you, and they'll feel like, what, no, it's okay, I won't feel bad or I won't get annoyed, tell me whatever it is. Or it might work the other way around, where they're like, oh, so you think I'm gonna get mad at you? Then I won't get mad at you. Let me prove you wrong. And that also works fine. So either way, starting the sentence with, I know you're gonna get mad, but, and then tell anything else you want, and rest assured it's not gonna lead to a fight. Okay, so the next trick I learned as a finance student, I know this very well, that you can't put all your eggs in one basket. And I think Not a very nice metaphor, but I'm going to explain. So basically what I'm trying to say here is, don't make your partner the only source of your happiness. You need to have other sources of happiness. Because if you depend on your partner for everything, you know, for a holiday, for shopping, for movie, to fix all your life problems, etc., it's too much burden on the other person, and it's almost a short way of messing that relationship, to be honest. So you really need to have your own, you know, set of friends, your set of hobbies or interests that you like to do on your own, not dependent on anyone else. And you also need to get used to being happy when you're alone and when you don't have any company or anyone joining you. This is very essential, and this is almost like absolutely important to have a healthy relationship. Have your own life as well. Everything can't be dependent on one person, and that's definitely not how, you know, a life should be designed. Okay, so the fourth one is, this is probably one of the difficult ones. This is very difficult, especially for me. It's been very difficult, which is to lower your expectations. We all need to understand that the person we are dating, we are seeing, or we are married to is not us. So everything we do for them, we cannot expect them to do for us, because that's absolutely, like, that's not how nature works. But it is, I think, one of the most difficult logics to digest. You know, say if you're the person in the relationship who plans birthdays, anniversaries, holidays, etc., and on your birthday there's absolutely no plan or no surprise party, you tend to feel low, and you tend to feel like, okay, I'm not being loved, etc. And those thoughts can lead to, you know, unnecessarily amplified problems, which is not required. So time and again, we need to sort of convey to ourselves that it's okay the way my partner treats me. It's okay that it's different from the way I treat my partner. And you know, I should live with that, and that's not something that needs to, where you need to be sad about. You just have to lower expectations, and I think this is not just common in like a romantic relationship. It's something that's applicable everywhere, whether it's your like parents, boss, siblings, friends, wherever. I think just lowering expectations across the board is going to lead to a happy life. I feel. Okay, so the fifth one is a bit of a heavy suggestion or a heavy tip, but I really think it's very important, so I had to include it. This is, don't say things when you're angry that you can't take back. It's not okay to constantly say mean things just because you're angry and then go back and say, you know what, I was angry, it obviously didn't mean anything. I mean, if you said it when you weren't thinking properly, you probably mean it. So it's really not nice to say mean things that you can't take back, because people will remember. So the way you can work around this is, while you're angry, you know, just take a step back and sort of observe the changes. Like, do you start abusing, which, you know, you normally wouldn't, or do you start throwing things maybe which you normally wouldn't? So literally observe what unnecessary changes happen in your body, and the next time just ensure that, you know, that's not happening. And it's very simple. You can't be like, oh my god, I have absolutely no control on my body. That's not how your body is designed. You do have control on every single action. So you just have to, you know, take ownership of your actions and be more careful, and literally observe what are the things that you do wrong, and just don't do it. It's very simple. We are designed to control our reactions, our, you know, the way, our expressions, our responses, etc. It's a very easy task. So don't even think that, you know, oh, how will I do it? I'll be so like out of my mind when I'm angry. How can I observe? You can. And you almost, when you're angry, you know what you're saying. And even sometimes when you're saying mean things, you know that this is going to hurt the person. But at that moment, you're okay with it. And when you calm down, you probably feel like, I shouldn't have said it. So we are all in control almost all the time. It's just choosing to do something, or, you know, just holding back. So I always say, observe your trend and just cut out the things that, you know, you wouldn't do had you not been angry. Because it's really not acceptable to say mean things and then say, you know, I was angry, right? Like, don't take it seriously. No, not acceptable. Okay, so the sixth tip is, you know, as kids there will be people who would like show six like this, and then there will be kids who show six like this. I think I was like this. Anyway, The point is, sixth one is, don't make a big deal of every single fight. The way I have grown to think about this is, as a kid I used to fight a lot with my mother, not so much with my father, but I definitely used to fight a lot with my sister, and also some of my closest friends who are still like my best friends, but back in school we used to fight a lot. What does that say? Like, every relationship, no matter how pure, how close, how tight the relationship is, you will end up having fights. So thinking through every single fight, analyzing why it happened, what should have been wrong, and finding conclusions of, oh, we are fighting 3 times per week. Before we used to fight only twice per week, so maybe our relationship is getting whatever. Don't overthink every single fight. I mean, unless the relationship is getting like abusive or torturous, or you're literally very sad. I mean, if you're absolutely not happy, then please get out of the relationship. But otherwise, if you're in a happy space, and if the partner is good for you, and if it's just a matter of few disagreements, few here and there, a little bit of mood swings or whatever, which you think is reasonable, then literally just move on as soon as possible. Don't overthink. Overthinking, over analyzing, doing trend analysis of how many times you fight, etc. It's just gonna worsen the situation. So just remember your childhood. You fought with the closest people in your lives, and did you ever think of leaving them? No. So I think you can think of your relationship on the same lines. The last tip is, I don't know why I was vibrating that way. Sorry, but the last tip is the most difficult one. I think it's more difficult than the lowering expectations point also, at least for me. But if you can manage this, you don't need another solution, when you've had a bad fight with your partner or something, which is to go and just do some form of workout. It works like pure magic. Literally, if you can somehow manage to get out of that room and either go to a gym, go for a run, or even just do some yoga or whatever it is in literally the other room. If you can just somehow get to that stage where you start any form of workout, by the time you finish it, you are so thoroughly refreshed. And I literally don't know what biology, all the chemicals, all the happy hormones, whatever it is that gets produced, and I don't know their names. But by the end of the workout, you really feel very happy. You feel very happy and proud and confident about yourself. So that already is a good, starting point. But you almost start feeling everything as, it doesn't matter. Or that was such a stupid fight, etc. Right? Because you've had such a big distraction, and it's taken literally a lot of energy from you, a lot of energy, focus, dedication. So your thinking, I feel, moves to a different tangent, and whatever the fight was, you really start feeling like it was so petty, and you really don't care about it anymore. And most importantly, you feel extremely confident about yourself. And I think at that stage, it's an amazing feeling, and it's an amazing way to end the fight. But oh god, if you are not in the best state of mind, pushing yourself to work out is the hardest thing. But if you do it, you will feel amazing about yourself, and there's no other better way to fix a fight or fix a problem. So those were my 7 tips on having a happy relationship, or an easy relationship. Sometimes I think we complicate things so much when we really shouldn't. These are just over the years, a few things that I've noticed, I've observed, and a lot of the concerns are very common across all couples. So I really think these things will work out for everyone, whether you're a guy or a girl, it really doesn't matter. I really hope you found this video useful. If you did, then please like, share and subscribe, and look out for this space for more such videos. Thank you.